Hey, what's happening? Barnaby here. It's lunchtime, and that means a big problem for most of us because we use that lunch hour to go and have really bad food that makes us just kind of sleepy for the rest of the day, and we lose the battle of the bulge. But in a Hello Life moment, we're going to be talking about the Mediterranean diet with registered dietitian Jessica Butcher. So, a better diet?
A much better diet. The Mediterranean diet is very rich in monounsaturated healthy fats, which you can see in our salad. We have some very heart healthy olives. And one of the dressings that they'd use, rather than loading it with saturated fat and trans fat and maybe like a processed ranch dressing, they'd rather use olive oil or maybe even just some vinegar and lemon juice.
What kind of a diet is this where we speak of heavy, fatty things like not just one olive, but cousin olives over here and also cheese? I mean, this doesn't look like your average diet, but that's not the point of the Mediterranean diet, is it?
It isn't. The Mediterranean diet, they get almost 35 or 40% of all of their calories right from fat. So it's definitely richer in fat, but that helps to keep you satisfied. It makes your hunger go away because that fat really, you don't feel deprived by any means on this diet.
And when we mention the cheese, you can see there's just a smidgen of cheese right there. It's not just smacked like you'd see on like maybe some lasagna or something. So what's the thought behind just a little bit of cheese?
Exactly. People in the Mediterranean region, they view cheese more as a condiment for the meal, whereas we look at it as the main portion, the main course of that meal. With the cheese, they'd rather look for quality versus quantity. Whereas we would pile on maybe a not so flavorful cheese, they're only going to need to use a little bit of a very flavorful cheese. And the feta cheese in this example of this salad is a great and very rich option.
Alrighty, but much the same as with Chinese food where you're hungry about an hour after the meal when you have just a salad, there are other things you can pair up like some hummus, some nuts, and possibly some flatbread. All good choices in the Mediterranean diet?
They'd be great. And even with this salad, you could even pair it to make a more complete lunch by adding some whole grain bread or some whole grain pita bread and dipping it right with your hummus. And hummus, all that is some healthy chickpeas, very rich in fiber, mixed or pureed with a bit of olive oil. So it's certainly a very great option for your heart, and it'll certainly make you feel full.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, it's all about the Mediterranean diet because I'm falling in love with this. It has all the flavor, some good mouthfeel, the great fats that we love, but they're good for you. And so we're going to be talking much more about this in ensuing Hello Life moments because, again, we are all about matching your commitment to a healthy lifestyle.